Hey guys, this is Cal Knight here, Watch Trading Academy, and I just want to go over why Rolex is the best and worst watch to trade in terms of a brand. Now, a lot of people love Rolex because they're the most popular brand out there. Everyone knows what a Rolex is. You know, you hear people who are rappers making songs about Rollies all the time, terrible rap songs. But I want to show you guys why these are actually some of my least favorite brands to trade, even though they're beautiful watches, and I do have a lot in portfolio, and we teach you how to trade Rolexes because they're slightly different than the other brands. So a lot of times when you look at timepieces as an asset in trading, you're gonna notice that the depreciation curve of the asset of the watch goes like this over time. So this is brand new in terms of MSRP for a lot of the watch brands, and over time, the value of the watch depreciates to a bottom cash value and then holds that value. So what we usually teach you in Watch Trading Academy is how to buy the watch, you know, somewhere around this range and then sell it, you know, somewhere above that range to the pre-owned market, to the secondary market, to private buyers to try to make your margin, right? Well, with Rolex, it's a little different. So even though there are some models of Rolex that follow this depreciation curve, a lot of the Rolex models, like these sport models and these steel models and the gold models, actually either hold value much more aligned like this, or they're trading way over the MSRP sticker value around here. And a lot of times, the reason that these watches are trading well above the sticker price has nothing to do with the intrinsic value of the watch. So what do I mean like intrinsic value? I mean, the precious metals in the watch have an intrinsic value because you could melt it down, you could actually like make money on that watch. And Rolex as a brand has intrinsic value because it's been around forever. A lot of people love Rolex and they have demand for it. But a lot of times when they're trading $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 over the sticker price, that's not the intrinsic value. The intrinsic value for the watch can still be around here like the other watch models where the bottom of that in a terrible economy looks something like that, but everyone buys into the hype. So this is not a value trade in the sense of looking at it from a bottom cash value standpoint, but you're really trying to play the hype curve of the market. And unfortunately, what happens when you do that, if you do it wrong, is you try to end up buying these watches that are really in demand up here because you know you can move them fast, because you can make a quick couple $100s, and you're trying to make margin that's like something like $500 on a watch that literally MSRP new was like $8,000. But you're paying 16, and you're trying to make 16.5. And the down bottom cash value is something like the MSRP like 8. So your downside risk is like $8,000, and you're trying to make $500. That's not a wise investment at all. But that's what happens in this market. People try to be wholesalers, or they try to make these little quick flips with these timepieces, and they're trying for that 500. So that's why I don't like Rolex as a watch brand to trade. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of oversaturation. There's a lot of people who actually have access to the information because Rolex has so many models out there and everyone wants them that it's easy enough to identify what prices should be and where they're trading hands at. Now, when you're trading some of the other watch models, there's less information. They're more based on this depreciation curve and trying to catch a good deal for the watch where you're much closer to that price. So let's just say you're buying here at this line. I'm just calling this $8,000 for a specific watch. I'm not even using a brand, but you could be Elise Nardin, Cartier, Panerai, all the ones we teach you in the academy. Now your downside risk maybe is only $1,000, but maybe your upside is $2,000. So now you could potentially make, you know, $2,000, $1,500 wearing a nice luxury watch, and your downside risk is only $500 to $1,000, versus again trying to make that quick $500 because you're playing off of the insane leverage that the Rolex brand has created over generations, which is understandable, to move this watch overnight or really quickly because you get that dopamine hit and you want to sell it and trade it quick, but your downside risk is huge. So that's why I actually don't like trading Rolexes. a lot. I do have a lot in my inventory sometimes just because some of my customers want them, but I usually don't inventory them unless I have a buyer, because it's a tricky market, and quite frankly, there's not a lot of margin in these watches unless you're getting them for MSRP sticker and then you're selling them to the secondary market, and we all know that dealers usually hate that shit, and honestly, I don't give a fuck because that's their own problem. But I hope you guys understand that, and again, you can learn so much more about why certain models are the right ones to trade when it comes to Rolex, and even enjoy some of your own Rolexes at a great value for a long-term hold in the Watch Trading Academy. Click subscribe below. We're gonna have a lot more fun videos coming up, and I can't wait to educate you more on enjoying these timepieces as assets, guys, so take care.